What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to talk about ABL, we're going to talk about Combat Villain Day, and we're also going to talk about Female Human Day in ABL, right? Now, this isn't the meta character in Kamala. Actually, Tier 4 Black Widow is the meta character. However, for those of us that don't have Tier 4 Black Widow, Kamala is going to be the Kingdom Come. She's really going to be the best character for that day in ABL. She is insane. She has Fracture on 2 different skills. Very, very strong character. Very, very good, especially because she goes in her iframes, which is very important against Surtur because every time he hits you, he actually deducts points from your score, which is definitely something you don't want. And this is the team that you're going to be using. This is another thing about Kamala that's just insane. 1, free to play. 2, doesn't cost as much to level up as a Tier 4 character. And 3, she can take advantage of White Fox, which is extremely godly for any mode where you're going to increase damage to super villains. Very, very good. And then when it comes to Combat Villain Day, this is the meta character in Hawk. Now, I do want to throw out a little disclaimer for you guys. I saw a forum where Netmarble was saying that his Tier 3 was doing abnormal, or his Tier 4 was adding abnormal damage, right? They had a post up regarding this, and then they took the post down. So I don't know if they're going to end up nerfing Hawk compared to what he is now, but so far his power has still remained the same. I haven't seen anything in the forums past the recent one that I just saw saying that they were going to, change his Tier 4 or not. Like I said, they put up a post showing that that his Tier 4 was throwing out abnormal damage, but then they took it down. So I don't really know what they're going to do, but as it stands right now, he's definitely the major combat villain for ABL. And, especially at Tier 4 guys, he is just nuts. Oh, and you're going to want to use Abomination. Abomination leadership isn't really going to do much for you, but his increase to super villains, right? Increase the supervillains by 45%, and the chain hit damage is extremely great for Hawk, and it is better than Dr. Octavius, who it does get 30% HP, but this guy is actually better, man. Increased damage to supervillains by 45% is really good, and then of course Taskmaster with the increased damage to supervillains, and then I do have a CTB of Insight on this guy. Now, guys, when it comes to my Hawk, I don't have a lot of HP, right? I only have 25% HP. There are players out there that can score way, way higher than what I'm scoring. Players with 60% plus HP are just going to do much, much better. They're going to get near 6 million range with Hawk, if not getting 6 million. However, I'm not going to be able to do that because I just don't have that amount of HP. You guys we can take a look at the build, guys. All the stats are maxed out. There's his Urus, right? All the skills are 6. Type enhancements leveled up, but that doesn't really matter. And I am using binary power because it does give him extra 8% HP. No, he does have a 4-star artifact, and the artifact does give him HP by 15%. Right, so a little something, and then we just got a CTB regeneration with about 31% HP on it, and the uniform is at Mythic. And then the uniform options, we got max HP and both of these stats right here. Critical rates leveled up, right? All the stats are maxed out. And well, let me jump back in here. So something about Hawk that everybody should know whenever they're playing with this character is that, give me a second, let me grab my controller here, is that he does have Fracture on 2 skills. He has Fracture on his 3rd skill and he has Fracture on his 5th skill. But whenever he does his 3rd skill, he'll do a slam, he'll jump up, slam down, and then right when he slams down, you'll get that fracture, right? And it's a good 5-second fracture. This is really the easier skill to try to remove Surtur's buffs, right? So you can do a lot more damage to him. The 5th skill, however, is a tricky mofo because it takes about 6 seconds or so for it to actually light up. And boom, there it is. Yeah. It takes a long time, so you really got to time that thing correctly. Now, Surtur will go into his mode where you need to remove his buffs at about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then 1 minute and 5 seconds. Always remember that. You want to apply Fracture around those given times. Once that little meter shows up for him, that's when you want to do the 3rd skill, or prior, 6 seconds prior to that thing showing up, you want to do the 5th skill for Hawk. And with Hawk, guys, I mean, it's just 3-5, slam down, and then 4, of course, for the rotation, right? And then 3-5-4 again, rotation, right? You'll do that twice. And I throw in the 2 in between those as well. And then I just do the tier 3, tier 4, slam down, 3-5. wait a second, let him slam down the 5th skill, and then go into the 4. Pretty simple in all honesty. Now, what I've seen some players do is they'll actually like go 2, 1, 3, 5, and then slam down. And what that's going to do is it's going to build up your tier 4 and tier 3 even faster. So you could slam down here, go 2, 1, 3, 5, right? And then go into the 4, and then you actually have your tier 4 up earlier, right? I tried that. It didn't really seem to help me too much, but maybe I just need to practice a little bit more. And when it comes to Kamala, guys, she's got a similar thing going on that Hawk does, right? She does have fracture in her kit. She has fracture on her 5th skill, and she has, and it's for 3 seconds, and she has fracture on her tier 3 that lasts for 5 seconds. And just like Hawk's 5th skill, Kamala's 5th skill takes a while for it to proc. Whenever you hit this thing, it takes a while before you actually get the fracture. It's hard to get it on here, guys, but it already procced, right? There it is. It kind of comes towards the end, so it's a little bit difficult to time, but again, if you do it prior to Surtur needing to get his bust removed, you know, prior to the 2 minute and 30 second marker or the 1 minute and 5 second marker, if you time things right, you can do it with the 5th skill. However, with the tier 3, it is a different world. Once she slams down, boom, there's the fracture. Right? And it's hard to click my mouse on here because she's in there, everything's bouncing around. But as soon as you land, guys, as soon as she jumps down, bam, there's the fracture right there. It doesn't take long at all, so it's much easier to land. Now, I am using a CTB of Rage on Kamala because I'm telling you guys right now, for ABL, she's going to be way better with a Rage. You're going to be able to do your tier 4 or your tier 3 without missing a proc at all, right? It's just really sometimes proc might get off. That's just normal with the CTB of Rage, but she does proc the Rage really, really well. She's got 54,000 physical attack. I have 70% physical attack on my cards. And as far as her stats, they're pretty much maxed out for the most part. This is close enough, right? As far as ignore defense is concerned, I do have some Odin's Blessings. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Odin's Blessings, and then these physical attack gurus are at Mythic. I'm going to get some more Odin's Blessings to slap on her. And then all of her skills are at 6. Her isolated is fully awakened power, Rangok said. No artifacts. She does have the CTB of Rage. And then her uniform is at Mythic, right? And with Kamala, guys, I mean, it's a pretty simple rotation, right? I mean, everybody pretty much knows how to play Kamala, but I'll go over it really quick. It's just 3, 4, 5, right? Let that thing play out. And then you're going to go 5, 3, 4, tier 3. And it's that simple. Now, she's in an iframe in her tier 3, which is awesome, which means she doesn't get hit by Surtur. So a real thing to know, or a trick to know about ABL, is that you always want to get behind Surtur. You don't want to be in front of him. You want to get behind him unless you're into an iframe. That way, you're not getting hit and you're not getting points deducted from your score. Every time he hits you, he is deducting points from your score. Also, whenever you're playing ABL, you know, these Odin balls are going to come falling down. That's what I'm going to call them, these purple balls that come falling down. Once you get 4 of those balls, you're going to get a huge damage increase buff. And you're going to be able to do an insane amount of damage to Surtur. It is very, very important to always pick up those things. Now, there is a lot of RNG in ABL as far as those things. I mean, they just pop up kind of wherever. Sometimes they pop up right where you're doing your skills, and you just pick them up automatically. Sometimes they pop up way over to the right or way over to the left, depending on where Surtur's at. And you might have to run all the way over there to pick them up. And it does cost you to lose damage. I mean, ABL is definitely one of those game modes where you might have to play it quite a few times to get an optimal score or to get a really good score in the game mode, right? And I really do like ABL, right? I don't like the RNG so much. There's a little spoiler alert for Hulk. I don't like the RNG so much, but I do like that it requires more skill. I like that you have to move around your characters and get around Surtur in order to do a good job. And this is definitely where Kamala's going to shine, guys. Human female, again, tier 4 Black Widow is the meta, but I don't have Black Widow. And in all honesty, Kamala's just going to be a whole lot cheaper than Black Widow. So I'll go ahead and bring up the runs for you guys, and we'll just go through them, okay? Let's check them out. So we're going to start with Kamala. Now, this run that you guys are going to see is not an optimal run. If you notice, I'm using She-Hulk as a leadership. Wave is a better leadership. I showed you Wave previously because that's the better leadership. And I did record a run with Wave, but I don't know what happened to it. It got, the video won't play properly. So I'm just going to show you this recording. And this isn't as good as what I did with Wave, guys. With Wave, I got about 4.2 million. I can put up a screenshot for you right now to the top right hand of the corner, but almost 4.2 million, right? And I'm just trying to get behind Surtur as much as I can, right? And I also like that they show the fracture, or like show the whatever like weakens the boss or removes their buffs. It shows these little like icons, those little thumbs up on your skills. That's actually really nice, and a nice little quality of life change that they did. I really, really like it. Oh yeah, and I mean guys, she does insanely well. Whenever I play with Kamala, I really try to use her tier 3 to do the fracture, because her fifth skill, I don't know, man. I mean, if you time it right, it's going to be quality. So there, I had to run over there, right? And I'm trying to get behind. I didn't quite get behind Surtur right there, but I'm in an iframe. Okay, so no real big deal. And you can see the meter on the right. This is where we're doing the insanity as far as damage, right? When you get 4 of those Odin balls, that's what's going to happen. And then once it disappears, you're going to, obviously you're not going to be doing as much damage. So now the whole process starts over again. You can see Odin uses Odin's Might. That's what those are called, Odin Mites or whatever. And you just want to pick those things up every single time so you can get the buffs to do well in ABL. And yeah, man, I'm really impressed with Kamala. Honestly, being able to get over 4 million is nice. Again, guys, you're not going to see it in this run because I'm using She-Hulk. I know, silly Forgo, but sometimes when you're playing, you just don't think, right? And I really wish I could show you guys that run where I got almost 4.2 million. It's just a really good run. I played it a lot better. I've really been trying to practice in ABL to get better at it because it's fun. I actually enjoy it because there's actually some good rewards in this thing. They got rid of that crappy squad battle, which was auto, and they brought us in something that's fun, and they combined squad battle and ABX to ABL, which is nice. And I enjoy it because there is some strategy in playing this, right? You're not just, you're not just going balls to the wall, hitting your skills. Now, eventually, that's probably what's going to happen. But right now, that isn't what you're doing. You're actually trying to avoid Surtur's attacks. You're actually trying to avoid getting hit by the mobs because they do insane damage to you. They can kill you, man. And thank you so much for the follow. And if you do not, remove Surtur's buffs at 1 minute 5 seconds and in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, then he can kill you guys. Like some characters he can't kill Hulk because of his survivability, but some characters he can kill, guys. He can one-shot. And I really, really like that, right? That's actually really, really cool. So right there, guys, we got almost 3.7 million. Again, guys, when I use Waves leadership, I got almost 4.2 million, which was a big improvement. It kind of sucks because I did this and they counted it as my score for ABL. And I was like, damn it, but it is what it is. All right. I mean, that's just kind of the breaks of jumping in there. But I really like that you get those crystals, the Macron crystals, and the all the crystals that you need. Mandalay gems. I couldn't remember the name of it there for a second there. I had a brain fart. And like I said, maybe you could play this a little bit different. I want to give a big shout out to Asif007. You guys can check out his channel. He got 5.8 million with his Hulk, right? And he's got about 60% HP, which is a lot. Big shout out to him, man. That was an awesome run that he did. And he did play it differently than me, and maybe that was a better choice, right? But yeah, so there I actually used my 5th skill to break the meter because I timed it properly. Again, it takes about 6 seconds for the fracture to apply from the 5th skill, 6-7 seconds. So you really gotta know exactly when that meter is going to show up. And then you're just running around picking up those Odin's Mites. And with Hulk, I am more face tanking. I mean, I do try to get behind Surtur, but I do kind of face tank a little bit more, right? It does kind of suck when you do your 5th skill because you're actually standing right there and you're not in an iframe. Sorry if I hit my mic. And you're not using an iframe, so it's easy to take damage and get hit. I mean, you don't have to worry about Hulk dying, but you really don't want to get hit by Surtur's attacks. You don't want to lose any of your points. You want to keep building and building and building. And this is really where the money's at, man, wherever that meter's at full charge and we're getting all this extra damage. I mean, yeah. Nice. So at a minute and a half, guys, we already got, 2.6 million, right? So that tells me I could have done better in this run. I definitely could have done better in it, but I ran out of time. I really need to get this video out for you guys. So I just kind of stuck with the score that I got. And 6 million, I believe, or 10, I think 10 million is the max in ABL, and to get the maximum rewards is 6 million. So yeah, but Hulk is the kingdom come for this. Again, I hope they don't nerf him, man. I really pray. My rotation got all off right here right now, but it is what it is. We just make do with what we got. And it got off because I'm trying to apply that fracture, right? And boom. And here we go, man. Please God, don't nerf Hulk. Don't take away, like, when I saw that post about the abnormal damage from his tier 4, I thought, no, God, no, don't nerf him. He's not overpowered the way he is right now. He's very strong, insane character, but he's not overpowered. It's not like on a astronomical, ridiculous amount of damage. He's just not there. Otherwise, he would be getting 6 million no problem in a game mode like this, right? He would. If he was broken as hell, he would. And by the way, we are using the regeneration, which is another thing. It's awesome. I don't know if you do better with the rage in here or not. Compared to rage and regular ABX, and it really was about the same amount of damage. So I imagine it'd be about the same here. But 4.8 million, guys. 4.8 million, which is, that's nice. That is a damn good score. Like I said, shout out to my buddy Asif007 who got 5.8 million playing this, which is awesome, guys. That is an insane score. So those are 2 runs for Combat Villain Day and for Female Human Day as well. So guys, let me know how y'all doing in the game. Let me know who you're using for these days. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GD+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.